Hello, welcome back to yet another exciting episode of the Movie Hoppers. And if you're interested in the show, then follow us on Twitter at Movie Hoppers. Pretty cool stuff on there, if I do say so myself, as an unbiased third party. But most of you don't care about that. Most of you, let me just start out with this. With every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, right? Basic physics shit. Last time, we both reviewed something was, Judas and the Black Messiah, right? And we were both very surprised by it. We both highly enjoyed it. Very good movie. And today we're reviewing Chaos Walking, and I would just love to know what you think about this movie.
There's something that has three books about it. You would think it'd be a little less surface level.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. I'm not a big fan of this movie. Just I'm gonna go into the development of this movie, like how it was made, because I feel like it's telling. This movie was shot in 2017, right? Um, and Lionsgate, the makers of the Divergent series, the makers of they make good movies, but they also make a lot of trash. Lionsgate deemed it to be unreleasable. Like, it was so bad that it was unreleasable. So they had to do like reshoots, like over I guess like 3 years or something, and now it's releasing, and um I I kind of want to see that original cut. um
Yeah.
because I don't know, like, maybe the original cut was like an art house film or something. Like, the director like really went screwy with it, and that's why it got like such like low audience ratings. But anyway, it's generic and uninteresting, and it's an interesting concept, on paper, but it decides to go with the most uninteresting execution of said concept. And I guess I can't say I was disappointed because I wasn't ultra excited for this movie. Judging from the trailers, I don't know. Did you see any trailers or anything before this beforehand?
I did
Mm-hmm.
some, and then I saw them back back in 2017.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, I thought this movie came out already, you know,
Nope.
but I guess not.
No. Yeah. They. What's interesting is like 2017. That's like when these. I wonder if this was shot like before or after these guys had their like big break. You know, like.
Right.
But that's besides the point, I guess. So what you get here is that, just in case you don't know, um, basically there's a planet, and there are no women on here, and perfect movie to be reviewing on International Women's Day, by the way. And the guys' thoughts they can all, like, you can hear them. It's called the noise. Everybody can hear the guys' thoughts. Nobody can hear the women's thoughts, not just because they're dead, but because something stupid. And yeah, that's the plot. And then woman shows up, obviously, and you have to get woman to this place, or else they're gonna kill her, because yeah, it's kind of,
Because reasons, you
yeah.
know.
I mean, everything this predictable, I guess, is a word that I would use to describe this movie.
Yeah.
Um, Basically, anytime somebody says a line that has any meaning, which is about once every 30 minutes, um, you can pretty, uh, you know, pretty, what the fuck is the, whatever. You can predict what happens, like what this line is leading up to, if what they're saying is true or not. It's kind of really obvious. Um, I guess, I don't know. I really haven't given you any time to speak, I guess. What are your opening thoughts on this movie? I'd love to know.
Um, from because like, all right, what I was reading from like summaries online, I
Mm-hmm.
thought this movie was gonna, like, go a different way than it was.
Mm.
But really was just dudes camping, you know, and for the amount or for the lack of women, I thought this movie was going to be a lot gayer than it was.
Really?
Which, yeah, there's only one, like canon couple, basically,
Hmm.
kind of.
Yeah.
It's like I was looking at the story, I was looking
Yeah.
at the books after I watched this, and I'm like, there has it has to be better than this, you know? Like it can't just be this. And looking at the books, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. And oh, they grabbed that from there, and they just jammed a bunch of things into an hour and a half. I wish this movie was longer. I'm gonna say it. I wish this movie was longer. You know how much I hate long movies, but man, I wish it was longer because there's nothing in this movie. They didn't go into anything.
Hmm.
Just the characters. What do we know about the characters? Huh? A dude. He's a dude, and he like is not very good at concealing his thoughts. But one doesn't even come into like issue. It doesn't. There's no issues with his thought thing. Or the girl. Why is she getting attacked? I don't know. Does it really matter? We only see the aliens one time, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And like the new town, it's like, okay, new town. They leave it instantly. Where are they going? Why do we need to care? Why do we need to care? There's nothing about these characters I ever cared about. I'm like, oh man, ah,
Well,
oops.
well,
Who cares?
look,
Ugh,
let
we're
me
so
let me introduce some new perspective to you. It seems like you're harping on the point that you're not supposed to care about the characters. Now, let me. I'm
but
gonna.
you are supposed to care about them.
Yeah, you are. You are. You
You
are.
don't.
You are. Let me step into the. Let me play devil's advocate real quick. Step into the shoes of the filmmakers. So I say that this movie does a good job making you want to care about the characters because the main guy, right? He's played by Tom Holland. Tom Holland is also Spider-Man. Oh,
Mhm.
stay with me here. Stay with me. The woman, she's played by Daisy. What is it, Ridley or Ridley or something?
Ridley, I think.
Ridley. Daisy Ridley, okay? Now, you might also know Daisy Ridley from the Star Wars sequels that just came out. There we
Oh,
go. Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
I didn't think about it that way. And you know what else? They're
What?
both attractive.
They are.
So there we go.
And
They're both attractive and successful actors. So yeah, obviously we must care about them. I totally forgot about that.
and really what this movie lacks in character development, it makes up for in the singular scene where you get to see Tom Holland's ass. I mean, am I wrong? Am I
That's fair.
wrong?
That's
Okay, 10 out of 10 for me.
fair. And there's also a dog. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta care. You
This
gotta
this,
care now.
this
There's a
movie
dog.
does not like animals. Um, a
Yeah,
lot of
a lot of
yeah,
horses.
yeah. Really not a fan of the horses in this movie. But yeah, uh, it's but coming back to what something that resembled serious criticism. Yeah, I agree. This movie is really surface level. It is things kind of just happen, and like sometimes there's reasons for things happening, sometimes there isn't. But like things happen, and then like let's just like forget about it. Like, oh cool, next thing. Like
Yeah.
it feels like almost a like a comedy in a way. Not that it's funny at all, but that it kind of just goes from place to place to place to place. Except it's not a comedy, so there's like no gags in any of these locations, and it's just a place, and you're like, oh cool, this is a place. Mm-hmm. Yep. It doesn't help, I guess, that every place has the same aesthetic, so it feels like you're in the same place the whole time. But that's kind of a
because it's a new world, and we
uh
don't realize that there's more things.
yeah.
All we know is woods.
What I found this crazy about this new world is that it looks exactly like Oz, with
I know, it's
almost no
almost
difference.
incredibly like Canada, almost.
Yeah, I feel like this looks exactly like the woods I have in my backyard. So crazy that this new world that's like 100 years away from Earth looks exactly the same, except the one scene with the one alien. And yeah, it's just
And that one squid alien
yeah.
that was in the river, that, there's no more squid aliens for the rest of the movie.
No, yeah, I mean,
Even though they're in water multiple times during the movie. Where are the squids? I want to know. Where'd they go?
Maybe, maybe the characters, got into a big war with these aliens in the past, but honestly, they're inconsequential. We only need to see them like once or twice.
Yeah, and only for like 2 minutes too.
Yeah,
it's like,
really.
yeah.
It's really genius. We are being really backhanded about this whole thing. Oh my god, we are Jesus.
We deserve.
I guess it's easy to do, because, and I guess that's all we can do, because there is not a lot to this movie. Anything, I guess, if I'm gonna be positive, so I don't have to push myself into the the corner that we love so much, there is some chemistry between Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley. They were okay. It was okay.
I feel like it was kind of one-sided for most of the time.
Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense given the situation. At least in my opinion, we can chew that out later. And there are some cool sequences between them. This movie doesn't get nearly as down and dirty with the concept as I feel like it could have. The fact that whatever. I don't know if I want to. I mean, just use your imagination, right? Like, this straight guy has only seen guys all his life, right? All of his thoughts can be heard. He can't repress them, and he sees a girl for the first time. Like, I mean, it's pretty tame. It's pretty tame. I feel like this would have been better suited for like a high school comedy, like an R-rated high school comedy.
We kind of got that for like a good hour.
Yeah, for some parts.
Constant blonde hair, girl, wow. What's that for an hour?
Yeah. I mean,
crazy.
This movie doesn't really do a lot of explaining, especially for a movie that's supposed to start a trilogy. We would think that there'd be some groundwork laid out, but I feel like they're just like all I got. This isn't even a spoiler. By the end of the movie, kind of all I got was that there are aliens here and that the guys' voices can be heard, and everything else just relates to like this one chicken shit little colony that probably has no relation to the rest of the world. Yeah. I don't even know like why the original people even went there in the first place. They just decided, just gonna.
Yeah, they didn't give a reason for that. Why did they leave Earth?
Yeah, like the other people, like the next group of people, like there's a reason. Like, okay, whatever. They don't go in depth, of course, because that would take time. Time is money. But like the original group, they just kind of showed up, and it's like, all right, so you're just like driving around in your spaceship, and you're like, oh, cool, new planet. It'll just take a little Sunday drive with the boys.
Yeah. Oh, go to a new world.
Cool, new world. Let's stop here. But I don't know. Just feels like, especially I guess I'm not a big fan of sci-fi or fantasy as genres. And this is kind of a mix of both. That being said, I've just seen the Lord of the Rings, the first two for the first time, and they're really good. So it's not like that I'm immune to like these, like high concept fantasy, weird movies. But I mean, do you like do you think that if this movie was made better, that you would be like the market for it? I guess.
I guess. It's like, I don't know. I definitely like the Alien series and like
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. And like it's cool. It's definitely cool concepts. But like if you don't do it well, it's garbage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And no one likes it.
Yeah. It's just. I think you're right in what you said before that it should have been, longer, but because
And just slow it down. It's like going by so fast.
like
And it's like you don't get anything. You don't grasp the concepts well,
mm-hmm.
and it's just so convoluted. And it's like, why are you doing these things? You have no reason to. And if you do have one, it's not explained to the audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just feel like this whole movie is just like a list of bullet points,
Yeah.
which I think is just really weird, especially since, I mean, this movie spends a lot of time in like the original colony. I feel like
Yeah.
we could have cut some of that. Like if you really wanted to make this movie exactly 1 hour 40 minutes or whatever, for some reason, you could have cut down on some of that.
Yeah. He got to the next town an hour in.
Yeah.
Like, I was so confused by it. I'm like, there's no way there's only 30 minutes left in this movie. They haven't done anything.
And then like, oh shit, we gotta go. I was like, did they even script this? Did they just improv the whole thing?
It felt like they had a plan for 3 movies,
mm-hmm.
but then they only, like, the contract got switched around, and now they're only allowed to do 1. And they're like, oh no, we gotta, like, cram it into 1 movie now. Let's try our best.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah, I was going to say something, but I completely forgot. But, like, yeah, it's... Oh, yeah, I remember what I was going to say. These people, they don't have a whole lot of trouble getting from point A to point B, it seems. Like, they have the, the petty little character conflicts and stuff. But it seems like, I don't know, I feel like getting from the initial colony to like the next one, they didn't have a whole lot of trouble, especially considering that Spider-Man over here was, just the only thing that he knew about this place was from a knife on a map that he doesn't have anymore, and he's never
it's in his brain.
I see, he just happens to have a photographic memory, I guess.
Yeah, because he can do like the noise thing and it shows the map.
Oh yeah, I remember when they used that 3 times.
Yeah. And then, they got to the town with no problem.
Yeah, I remember when the movie acted like that's a completely normal thing that doesn't need explaining, and all the characters are like, oh yeah, that's a thing that can happen.
Duh.
Obviously, like, it's just, it's another part of the movie that's just, yeah, whatever. Do you want to get into spoiler talk, because I am interested in?
Yes.
Well, before you go on whatever tirade that you wish, I just want to know, like you said before, that the book seemed to hold some secrets about the movie that wasn't in there. Like what did you read in the summary of the book? Like, what was different?
I mean, like it has much better pacing to begin with. Like I don't know. I read it like really early in the morning. But it was definitely like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, because I think they stay I think what I read was like they stay in the town for most of the first book. Really? And then I think it had like much more character. I mean, from what I got from the little blurb, it's like they had a lot more character development.
Wait, so is this movie all 3 books in one movie?
I think so.
Really?
I think so.
God damn. Really? Oh, that's kind of an interesting approach. That's
Yeah, a little bit.
I guess that explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I guess that explains why there's 3 distinct locations in the movie. Huh. Alright.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't improve it, but, it explains it. Alright, so, when I announced the spoiler talk, you seemed hot and ready, so what did you want to say?
Okay, I know that the characters are not well done,
Mm-hmm.
but even their lines, their dialogue with each other didn't even make sense. Okay, for example,
Taking out your notes.
all right, so you know how Mads Mikkelsen at the very end was like to Tom Holland, "You couldn't kill anyone. I was the one that supplied the whole town with the ability to kill. But in the beginning, he killed his horse. He killed his horse. He's capable. I think he's quite capable. So it's just pathetic because it's a horse, poor horse. Oh, but when a crazy tyrant that is basically running a cult in your town and brainwashing all of you is like standing right there in front of you, you can't kill him? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No,
Ridiculous.
this movie does not like animals.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. And okay, I figured, I'm like, okay, if there's gonna be like an interesting dynamic going on with the preacher and the mayor, but no, like it would be such a cool idea that like, oh, the preacher is a gift. We have to use this. It's like because he's really loud and he's like screaming all the time with his thoughts. But Mads Mikkelsen is like, you can't hear what he's thinking, and it'd be like an interesting dynamic. And you got a little bit of that. You got a little taste. They like sprinkled a little like, hey, could be happening right now, but it's not because we're not going to do it. We're not going to care about it. And it's like, why? Why don't you care about that? It'd be really cool to see the dynamics between him and the townspeople, which is like, why do we even care? That's just the most people in the town. Who are they? You got Nick Jonas for some reason. You don't even remember he's in there. He had like 3 lines. And apparently he's the mayor's son. Why do we care about the mayor's son? What about him and Tom Holland's character? Because in the beginning, they had like conflict. It was like, the mayor likes me better than his own son. What does that mean? You know? What is that supposed to mean? Does the mayor not like his son? Why did he kill all the women? Why does he hate the women so much? Why did he create this concept that the spackle, because they're called that for some reason, why are the aliens called spackle? Do they even know what spackle is? And like, why did he be like, the spackle created this germ that wasn't even really talked about, because you learned about that when you read it on the online in the summary of the movie, that they created a germ, but you only got like one little sentence about that in the whole movie. And I only remember that because I read it online, not in the movie. Like, why? Okay, and why even have that in there? And why do they have the characters act that way if they already know? And it's like, do the people just forget? And it's like, okay, with the mayor always doing that, I'm the circle thing. What is that supposed to do? What are they doing? Are they chanting along? Are they brainwashing him? How does he know to brainwash people? How does he control his thing so well? It's not explained. It's not going in depth. But the preacher's like, I can do all these things, but he can't control it. So it's like, is it weaker? Why did they elect the mayor if he's quiet all the time? You'd think that's like secretive, and they didn't like secrets. Why are they like allowing the mayor to have secrets? It doesn't make sense. And it's like, and then hold on.
Okay. Take a breather. Okay, calm down.
Oh, okay. All right. What did I want to say next?
I have no clue.
And then why did the preacher kill his dog? Why are they going after this woman? If they hate the women so much and they don't, why do they not want the people to come down in the ship if they came from the ship in the first place. They got there somehow, right? So they have to be in contact with them, but they just cut them off for some reason. Why? We don't know. But the rest of the other towns, like, don't have contact because it broke. But then why are they down there in the first place? It doesn't. And, like, if they sent scouts down there, they're obviously like, whoa, what's going on here? But they didn't care enough to be like, hey. Why, if they went down there in the first place, why are they not keeping contact with the people? And if the people are still interested in it, why did they not send it down sooner? You know? And like it, and like why and if the aliens aren't attacking them, why even have there was no reason to have the aliens in there. And even with the alien speech thing, because obviously they're native to like the noise thing, why did we not hear the aliens' thoughts? The aliens had no thoughts. They just made noises. And like you would think they would lean into that aspect, but no, we have no idea anything about these aliens. And it's like, why are they even there? You would think they would be like a cool like foil to the characters, but it doesn't do anything. They don't do anything with these characters.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I guess here's the thing. The person, right, who plays the main guy in the movie is Tom Holland. Tom Holland also played Spider-Man, right? And you've seen Spider-Man, and that's good movies. And the person who plays the woman is Daisy Ridley. She played Rey in Star Wars. And
the Star Wars movies weren't great either.
Like Star Wars. So, yeah, I feel like I just kind of deconstructed all of your points, so I'm sorry. But, but no, I
forgot about that. And again, I forgot about that part.
I feel like that's the only reason why this movie released and just wasn't like burned, like taken out back and shot.
They should have done that. Just scrap it completely.
Yeah, and
apologize to the author of the book, and just like maybe give him like a little back rub or something. Be like, I'm so sorry. Give him like chocolate. I'm so sorry I ruined your book. It's not an awful movie.
I feel like actually the author would have liked for this movie never to release, because then he could have resold the rights to like a different.
Yeah.
And he could have like gotten a second shot and like double the money. But like the thing again, like I just want to preface that Lionsgate puts out some really weird stuff, and they use the AMC near me, which is Neshaminy AMC, as sort of a dumping ground, because they make these movies, right? Like there's one directed by the guy that was Tommy Wiseau in the movie, The Disaster Artist. Who was he? What's his name?
Dave Franco?
Yeah.
I mean, Franco?
Yeah, James Franco. There's a movie directed by James Franco called Future World. There was a movie, romantic comedy, called like, Time Freaks, which was actually a good movie. I like that one. And there's like a bunch of other movies that Lionsgate makes, right? And they have to, and I've seen these movies, and like they're like really shoddy in quality. They're like really weird, and the fact that Lionsgate says that those movies are fit to release and this one wasn't, I just think that speaks volumes. And again, if you've seen any of the late Divergent movies, I haven't seen them, but I've heard they're horrible. And
they didn't even make the fourth movie.
I know they didn't. Yeah, I mean, just Lionsgate is not a top quality film distributor to begin with, is all I'm saying. And I mean, I would really like to see the original cut of this just because of that. Like, I feel like we'd get it, and it'd be like some like genius Citizen Kane type shit that like the executives just did not like understand.
Maybe it's better.
Yeah.
Maybe like so good. You're like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is too good for us.
Yeah. People would stop going to.
It ruined their reputation of badly decent movies.
People would stop going to the movies if they saw the original cut of Chaos Walking just because it's so good. There'd be no reason. You
don't need any more movies afterwards.
Exactly. Damn. But release the original cut. You know, we got the Snyder cut released. I don't see why we can't release the original cut of Chaos Walking.
Maybe in a couple years we'll get it.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, the 4-hour cut. The director's original vision. We just gotta go out and, you know, protest in front of their office. Yeah, we just gotta stage a hunger strike in front of Lionsgate office for the Chaos Walking director's cut. In black and white, obviously, as all good movies are. But yeah, no. Goddamn, like we've spent about like 2% of this review actually reviewing the movie, and the other like 98% just taking pop shots at it, just for funsies, just because it's fun to kick someone while they're down.
And it deserves nothing more.
I feel like it's indicative of the quality of the movie, I guess, because it really is kind of a nothing movie. I feel like I've forgotten a lot about it already, and I saw it on Friday. But you know what? I've said some positive things about this movie. Now, on the other hand, you have not. And well, you have? Have you?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to put you in the corner of positivity.
All right. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. The animal actors weren't bad.
The animal actors, huh?
Yeah, the animal actors weren't bad.
I see.
And I liked the mayor of the second town.
The one who played Harriet Tubman in Harriet.
Yeah. She was like almost interesting.
All right, I will take that.
It was like she was the only one that actually got a little bit of character development.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like she interacted with her townspeople, and we saw that. And she interacted with the main characters. And it was like, oh wow, this is a person doing things. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess there's not a lot to say about this movie besides I guess we could do a long forgotten segment, gay people in distressing situations, but I don't even know were they gay, the guys?
I did look it up. I was looking at it. I'm
really?
Like, because I wanted to make it wasn't just like his son or something, but they are.
Really?
They are. Yes.
Okay.
Confirmed by the author, but it wasn't really done in the books, apparently.
When was the book released? Well, I guess we could have
probably like around the 2008.
Oh, okay.
So like where most of the YA novels are getting released.
I mean,
this movie should have come out earlier.
Yeah.
It definitely no matter how bad it was, it should have come out in 2017. Because that's when all the dystopian stuff was popping off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it probably would have done better, even if it was garbage. You know.
What are you talking about? Done better? I don't see how this movie could have made any more than $3.8 million in its opening weekend. This $100 million production. Lionsgate. If you find any pennies between the couch cushions, make sure you mail them to Lionsgate. They might need them. Wow.
Not good.
No. Oh wow. Another one bites the dust. A single tear shed for Lionsgate.
You think Lionsgate's gonna go under anytime soon?
Uh,
I think so.
I mean, they still have Knives Out, and they want to turn that into a cinematic universe, so they still have some things to milk.
They do?
They do. They want to.
Oh.
They want the guy, James Bond, to solve another case, because
oh no,
the first one did well. Yeah. I don't know how I have a Knives Out poster in my room, so I don't know how I feel about that, but I like the original Knives Out. It was enjoyable.
I didn't think it was that good.
Really?
I don't think it lived up to the hype. Like I love murder mysteries, but it like solves the case and then it's like halfway through. I'm like, oh, okay.
Interesting.
Now what?
we have a bone to pick there, but let's not get into that. Let's get into our number ratings. I'd love to hear your number personally.
Wait.
What?
The movie is based on the first book.
Okay.
Only.
Okay, that makes more sense.
But then it has aspects from the other books.
Oh.
This is dumb.
Okay.
This is so dumb. Ugh.
So what's your
Whatever.
number?
What's my number? 1.5.
Jesus Christ. Wow, that's a disaster.
It was so garbage. It was so trash. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Erase it from my memory. I don't want to think about it anymore.
I'm already halfway there. I don't know. Guess I'll give it a good old 3.5. Just because just because I did enjoy some of the chemistry between the main two. It's not enough.
There was no chemistry.
Like, okay, it wasn't enough to make it remotely good or enjoyable or anything like that. But I liked the scene, the kissing scene. That was funny. But I would love to see more of that. I was like, yes.
I was almost angry
Because
because I was like kind of falling asleep watching it, and and I'm like, when I saw that, I'm like, no way is this happening. No way is this happening. If they went that way, if it was real, I would have been so angry.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, that's what I'm saying too.
No way. No way.
That's what I'm saying too. At least they didn't like cave in and like have him fuck or something. Like, because that would have been like the easy way out.
Yeah.
So good on you, Chaos Walking, for taking risks. Or risk singular. Well, Lionsgate took a major risk in not using this as a tax write-off and just never releasing it. But yeah, so there we go. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and goodbye.
See ya.